Chanakya, also called Kautilya or Vishnugupta, was born in a very poor Brahmin family around 350 BC at Takshashila according to Buddhist legends. His father's name was Chanak, and his mother's name was Shaneshvari. In his childhood, he had a wisdom tooth. At that time, there was a common belief that having a wisdom tooth is a sign of becoming the king. His mother was scared to hear an astrologer say he will grow up to become a king and forget her after becoming king. At that time, Chanakya broke his wisdom teeth and promised his mother that, "Mother, don't worry. I will take good care of you." He completed his education in Takshashila and grew up to be a well-read young man. It is believed that along with his knowledge in subjects like political science, economics, war strategies, astrology, and medicine, he was also familiar with the elements of Persian and Greek learning. He had full knowledge of Vedas literature as well. After completing his education, Chanakya began to work as a teacher at Takshashila University. Before the rise of the Maurya Empire, North India was under the rule of Nandas. Due to the lack of proper administrations, the kings of the Nanda Empire were exploiting the people. Dhanananda was the emperor of Magadha at that time, and he was known for his arrogance and oppressive rule. There have been various opinions about how Chanakya met Dhanananda. It is believed that Dhanananda organized a ceremony where Chanakya arrived and was waiting with the others. When Dhanananda entered, he saw Acharya Chanakya and started insulting him because of his poor appearance, and also seems to have been lame, calling attention to his looks and demanding he is removed from the assembly. There is another theory that says Chanakya came to warn Dhanananda about the attacks of Alexander and his army, and also during their meeting, Chanakya attempted to convince Dhanananda to change his ways and rule with justice and compassion. However, Dhanananda, filled with pride and arrogance, dismissed Chanakya's advice and refused to listen to his counsel. Because of this, Chanakya got very angry and vowed to destroy the Nanda Empire. Then Dhanananda ordered his people to arrest him. Chanakya cursed the king, who ordered his arrest, and then escaped to the surrounding forest where he began to plot his revenge. He is said to have known of a method of multiplying wealth whereby he could turn one coin into 8. In the woods, he implemented this mysterious technique to create the hoard of gold coins he would require for an army to overthrow Dhanananda. Keeping so many golden coins safe by digging a hole in the jungle, he went to look for a person who could successfully help him finish Dhanananda. Chanakya was looking for someone who could destroy the Nanda dynasty of Dhanananda from the root. During this time he became friends with his rival Dhanananda's son, Pabhayata. Chanakya was able to conquer Pabhayata's mind and was able to obtain a royal ring and went to the forest. At the same time, Chandragupta was seen in the eyes of Chanakya. At present Chanakya was ready with 2 weapons to remove Dhanananda's head. If Chandragupta was among them, the other was Pabhayata. Chanakya decided to train one among those 2 and make him the emperor. He decided to take a small test between them. In that test, after he had narrowed his choices down to 2, he gave Pabhayata and Chandragupta each an amulet on a woolen thread which they were to wear closely around their necks. One day, when Chandragupta was sleeping, Chanakya told Pabhayata to go to his room and remove the amulet without breaking the thread. Pabhayata returned empty-handed and admitted he had failed. Chanakya then required the same of Chandragupta on another day when Pabhayata was sleeping. Chandragupta cut off Pabhayata's head and returned to his master carrying the amulet. Chanakya had found his future king in that. By taking the most drastic and direct action in accomplishing the task, Chandragupta had proven himself capable of ruling and recognizing what had to be done and being able to do it. Under Chanakya's guidance, Chandragupta received rigorous military training for 7 years, becoming a capable warrior. They both aimed to overthrow the Nanda dynasty and establish the Maurya Empire. However, Chandragupta's impulsive decision to attack Magadha with a small army proved disastrous as they were crushed by the Nanda dynasty's superior forces. Both Chanakya and Chandragupta experienced frustration and disappointment after the defeat. While in Magadha, Chanakya and Chandragupta overheard a mother scolding her son for burning his hand. The mother's words drew a parallel to their own situation. They realized their mistake of attacking the capital without securing the border first. Regretfully, they acknowledged the mother's wisdom and decided to rectify their approach. Listening to the advice of Chanakya, Chandragupta attacked the borders first and started taking them under his control. Chandragupta tried to train the forest people who were roaming purposelessly and included them in their army. When the army was completely ready, Chanakya decided to take out the gold coins which he had hidden in the forest and provided all the necessary goods and armor to the army. By doing this, Chanakya strengthened the army, but some of the smaller kings on the border did not agree to join Chandragupta's army. Chanakya employed a ruthless tactic to deal with resistant kings by using poison girls, or Vishkanyas, who had been trained from a young age to deliver deadly kisses. By strategically eliminating these opposing rulers, Chanakya gained control over the border regions previously held by the Nanda dynasty. Thinking about the enemy in anger is of no use. Chanakya started thinking calmly and used a new strategy to overcome the enemy. Seeing the correct time, Chandragupta attacked the Magadha capital Pataliputra and successfully killed Dhanananda. After the death of Dhanananda, Chandragupta established the Mauryan Empire by overthrowing the Nanda dynasty. In this way, Chanakya's dream of a united Indian empire became true. At the same time, his revenge on Dhanananda was also over. Chanakya became the prime minister of Chandragupta when he became the emperor of the Maurya Empire. Chanakya created a competent cabinet for strong governance in the empire. He provided separate ministries to all the ministers. He also provided all the possible facilities for the welfare of the citizens. Chanakya died in 275 BC, and the details regarding the death are wrapped in mystery. One legend says that he starved himself to death, while another legend says that he died during the reign of Bindusara as a result of a political conspiracy. He authored two notable works, Chanakya Niti and Kautilya Arthashastra. Chanakya Niti is a compilation of aphorisms and teachings attributed to Chanakya. It is a collection of wisdom and guidance on various aspects of life, including ethics, morality, governance, interpersonal relationships, and personal conduct. Chanakya Niti offers practical advice and principles for individuals to lead righteous and successful life. Kautilya Arthashastra is a comprehensive treatise on politics and governance. It is a seminal work that provides detailed insights into statecraft, economics, military strategy, diplomacy, law, and social welfare. Arthashastra outlines the principles and methods of efficient administration and effective governance, emphasizing the welfare of the state and its citizens. It offers strategies for maintaining internal stability, conducting external affairs, managing the economy, and ensuring the overall prosperity of the kingdom. Some of the famous life lessons that he gave. Never judge the future of a person by his present conditions, because time has the power to change coal into a shiny diamond. A person should not be very honest. Straight trees are always cut first, and honest people are screwed first. Unless the enemy's weakness is known, he should always be kept on friendly terms. These 7 should not be awakened from sleep: the serpent, the tiger, the stinging wasp, the small child, the king, the dog owned by other people, and the fool. Always learn from the mistakes of others. You can't live long enough to make them all yourselves.